What is the most petty reason someone has gotten a divorce? My uncle divorced his sixth wife because he wanted to remarry his first wife. My mill and her second husband, they both sell second-hand books. They had a large hall where they kept the books, divided by a middle path. There had fallen a book out of a box and laid in the middle on the path. They had such a fight about whose book it was, they divorced over it. The book was worth $4 and they both made $150K per year. Edit? Damn, this comment blew up. To answer the most asked questions. 1. No, I don't know who ended up with the book. 2. It was a children's book about a bear. 3. Yes, she makes a lot of money with it. They had deals with second-hand shops, companies who clean out houses of people that passed, etc., that they could go through their books and buy them for a few bucks per book. Books can be very expensive if you know what to look for. Science, theology or philosophy books can sometimes go for $200 or $300, even a $1,000 for special editions, etc., so they sell them online on a similar website as Amazon. Someone I currently work with used to work in an oncology department where one of the doctors divorced his wife for getting cancer. Everyone in the department basically hated him. I recall my colleague saying that new hires were all informed of what he'd done, so everyone could be on the same page of knowing he was a terrible person. From what I hear, his wife beat the cancer and I think the guy eventually changed hospitals he worked at. Julius Caesar got a divorce because of rumors his wife had an affair. He publicly said she didn't do it, but divorced her anyway because the wife of Caesar must be above suspicion. Grandma sued her second husband for a divorce because he got me a puppy for my 7th birthday. She felt the puppy outshined her present to me. I have a cousin who has been married 4 times for a year and a half collectively. The most recent divorce happened after a month when she told him he needed to cut the grass since it was tall. He got all pissed off and called it quits. Their preacher went to talk to him and told him, well, she's right. The grass is getting tall. You do need to cut it. My cousin's response dead as was, I know that, but ain't no woman gonna tell me what to do. I'm a divorce attorney. Had a client whose wife filed for divorce because she didn't get along with his sister one time. They had one disagreement. Seriously. That was it. He didn't stick up for his wife, she got mad, and filed for divorce. She said on the stand that they had a great marriage, he was a good father, but that one incident was too much. The judge told them, this is the dumbest reason I've ever seen anyone get divorced. And he'd been a judge for 20 years. My grandma divorced her 5th husband because he wouldn't let her remodel their kitchen. I didn't like him, but it was a dumb reason to divorce in my opinion. Edit, there's no doubt my grandma is the issue. We apologize to people that have to meet her. To be fair though, husband 1 3 my grandfather is the same guy and he's a pedo. Husband 2 was by all accounts okay, though I never met him. Husband 4 was my personal favorite, but he was an alcoholic and died of cirrhosis. He was awesome when he wasn't drinking, but he was married to my grandma, so I mean, we get it. Husband 5 was a jerk, I didn't like him at all. Husband 6 was really nice, he lasted 3 years and straight up moved halfway across the planet, again we get it. A friend got divorced by his wife of 3 months. When the wife was asked what was wrong, she said that it was nothing, he just snored loudly. In the worst case, they could have had separate bedrooms. I fell out of love with you after your dad died. I know you were grieving, but I had needs too. My ex-wife, everyone. Her excuse for cheating and immediately moving in with the other guy. I knew this couple, the guy was 3 years younger than me and we went to school together as kids, where the husband was a farmer and he put his wife through school and she got her degree. She started off as a nurse and worked her way up and became a PA. Once she started working at a doctor's office, she thought she was too smart for her dumb farmer husband and divorced him because he wasn't educated and he wasn't up to her level of intelligence. They may not have gotten divorced because of it, but I know of a couple that fought over who got the canned fruit at their divorce trial. Ike, if you could really say it's petty, because it's due to cheating, but the situation was kind of bizarre to me. I had these neighbors, husband and wife, lived across the street from me for a long time. They were easily in their 70s, maybe a little older. Ike never asked their ages. Anyway, eventually, I noticed that the wife wasn't outside with him anymore when he'd sit on the porch. I asked about her one day and he told me that she cheated on him with a guy in his 20s and left to be with him. 50-year marriage down the drain. I guess maybe she wanted someone who was the same age as her and her husband were when they first got married. A family friend because I married the wrong brother. 2 years later she married the older brother and they've been happily married for the last 20 years and have a kid together. My ex became a gym bro after getting married. 2 years into it he asked for a divorce because he was upset I did not know how much weight he was lifting in the leg press machine. Some months before he had banned me from going with him to the gym because I did not match his vibe, so when I returned I was kind of doing my thing and my own routine, but not focusing fully on him was apparently the wrong move. So well, that narcissist type. Obviously he had a new girl immediately after, but the reason he gave me about the weight was just so petty. I hope my friend doesn't mind me sharing this story, but her husband divorced her after 3 months because she wasn't cuddling or affectionate enough for him. Mind you, this was her first marriage, let alone first relationship, and this was his third marriage. They both worked full-time, but he worked 2 hours away and would sometimes have to stay the night at work because it was more convenient for him all around. But when he got home he expected food, sex and cuddles. Never brought this up to her until the day he said it was over. Not divorce, but apparently my brother's wife's sister called off her wedding because New Kids on the Block were doing a reunion tour and she decided she'd rather go to the concert than get married. A friend's parents went through a divorce and then just kept going like the divorce never happened and are still together to this day. Don't know what the reason was, but it must have been petty. I think anytime someone divorces cause the other person gets cancer takes the cake. A friend of mine had a seizure during the night. Ended up in the ICU for a couple of days, then was on a LOA for 90 days. The day after he found out that he was going to need to take an LOA, his wife went and filed for divorce, stating that without his regular level of income he was useless to her.